Or number one.
Don't lose sleep.
I couldn't. And it's like,
And the technical stuff.
it's Monday, and then, and I don't know how many feet, and then. Yeah.
Well, we have everything we're gonna have, you can pick up public safety.
No. Well, it's oh, my God.
We've got 6 o'clock to move on.
Why did I think it was at 6 o'clock?
Looking at me.
Used to be on Wednesday.
Do you want to get up?
No, I'm.
Okay.
I know.
I know. I don't know if you saw me.
Oh, I did. Hi, Julie. Yeah.
We got everyone we're gonna have.
I'd like to call to order the City of Mayville Public Safety Committee meeting.
I guess that's my cue.
I'd like to call to order the City of Mayville Public Safety Committee meeting at 6 o'clock. Please take the roll.
Alderperson Baker.
Here.
Alderperson Olson.
Here.
Alderperson Newman.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, we stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen. All right, item 3, approval of the minutes of the July 28th, 2025 Public Safety Committee meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Any citizen comments? Seeing none. Item 5A, monthly police department report to the public safety committee. I don't have anything. Monthly EMS report.
Good evening.
Hello.
How's everyone tonight? All right, ours is pretty short and sweet. We are about 80 calls ahead of where we were last year. We've been extremely busy, still kind of supporting our neighbors. Our EMT class starts this week. On Thursday, we have 9 students, so we're pretty excited about that. Training this month is going to be our CPR renewal. We all have to be CPR certified for our license. We're starting the DOT inspections on our ambulances. And last but not least, we still are having a cash raffle. So if you're interested, we are going to be around in about 2 Audubon days, trying to get those sold. So get the word out. Let us know. We do have them at the Take Center and at the library too. Any questions?
What's your current head count?
Or
EMTs, part-time, full-time?
our roster?
Yep.
We have 36 EMTs on our roster.
What's your, what's a full head count? Like, what would your goal be if you could
We
be a
are,
full staff, right there, 36?
well, I mean, we'll always take licensed EMTs because we can always use it for second and third or fourth or interfacility. So I don't know that there's a number per se that I can say, but I mean, right now we're able to staff 3 ambulances for the most part with the current staff, but we will always take more.
I have a question.
Yes,
What is the highest we've ever had?
I think this is the highest.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and as we continue to get our classes, we usually take 1 to 2 out of there too, because they usually want to stay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Are you full on boss now?
I am.
Okay, all right. Thank
you.
Doing a good job.
All right, 5C, monthly fire department report.
Evening. Year to date, we've had 89 calls, 12 since our last public safety meeting. We are on pace for approximately 140 calls or more this year. Equipment wise, we had 2 minor repairs this month. Personnel, we are currently at 23 members. We have 10 members that are starting fall classes this week. It'll be held at the new Horicon Campus Center for Marine Park. And then in September, October, you'll be seeing more apparatus driving around town. So we'll be starting our annual driving skills for the department. And then we also recently found out last week, Monday, that we were selected for a $10,000 grant from the National Volunteer Fire Council and State Farm. So payment information was provided already by the city administrator, just waiting for that to arrive. We'll be using those funds. Grant was written for equipment lockers at the station, new chainsaw, battery powered one, replacing some old and failing equipment, as well as a new ventilation fan. Any questions?
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, 5D, discuss with possible recommendation, change of alcohol beverage appointed agent for Quick Trip, number 336, located at 121 North Main Street.
So when a business changes managers, essentially, they have to put in for a change of agent.
Another one? Again?
Yep,
Wow.
it's not like the whole licensing
No.
procedure, it's that individual and background check on them. But a business itself cannot be the one overseeing the license. There has to be an appointed agent, an actual person in-house who oversees. So that's what this is.
You said they don't get a background check?
They do get a background check. Yeah, it's not the full scope of what we do for licensing, but that individual receives a background check, which can get clear.
Okay.
Any other issues?
All clear.
Make a motion.
Motion by Newman, second by Olson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 5E, discuss with possible recommendation, application for a Class B fermented malt beverage and Class B intoxicating liquor license for Tomcats LLC.
So this would be, as many of you know, Chris Nye with Sidelines is retiring. Thomas Weinberger is looking to open a bar in that space. I do have the documentation from Mr. Nye that he will relinquish his alcohol licenses once this is approved, because one premise cannot hold 2 licenses at the same time. And then they're going through the normal licensing procedure we put any bar through for renewal.
Do you have any liquor licenses available?
I believe we have at least 1. Class B, that is,
Right.
hard alcohol.
Would it just replace Silence?
It's not the way it works.
They still have to go through the licensing
Okay.
process, so.
I see why you asked, okay.
Someone's got to apply for it, so they're on the list, and then the bar owner's got to relinquish the license back to the city, because the license actually is controlled by the city.
Okay.
And the Class B fermented malt beverage is the one the state has a imposed quota on. We can only have so many. So we have, a limited amount of basically bars and restaurants that can serve hard alcohol within city limits.
Unless you purchase.
A reserve from a neighbor, but you have to really want it.
So doesn't he already have one because of the people?
So liquor
That's not the
licensing
city.
is specific to a premise.
Okay. Makes sense.
I have a question. Do they have to, if I may,
Go ahead.
sorry. Do they still have that rule? They have to get rid of all the alcohol that's currently on the premises and replace it with new stock, open bottles and all that?
They can sell it, but they would need the invoicing. So he would need to get the invoicing from the prior owner. to show that basically that the liquor was bought from a distributor.
Okay.
That's what the state wants to see.
Okay.
So is it something we can approve tonight?
You can recommend it to council.
All right.
Council will be the approving authority.
Okay, so then I will make a motion to recommend this to council.
Thank you.
Motion by Olson, is there a second?
No issues? Second.
Second by Newman. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Jacob. Mike's.
Discuss with possible action, Mayville Winter Street parking permit.
Oh, I brought this up, so, in the past, that, our park, we don't charge for winter parking unless it's in a municipal lot. And so we get this park there for free. However, maybe we should look at, charging a yearly permit to park on the street in the winter months from December till the 1st of April. Would generate some revenue, figured $5,000-6,000 in revenue. And during the process of applying for the license, then Jake can put them phone numbers and emails into a system, and when there's a snowfall, he can text or he can, on his computer system, let them know there's a snow event and you need to stay off the road. Because there's some confusion on
How much are you thinking about charging per person?
$50.
That's for the whole season?
Whole season. Chief, you got anything to add to that?
No, they have a permit on the vehicles and make it much easier for us to, determine which vehicles are supposed to be there and what's not. Because what happens now is we get a lot of phone calls, people asking permission in that to park if there's a winter event and that, for us to try to keep track of that. For every event is very difficult. So this would be a proactive way to give people the option of, if they don't have enough room in their their driveways or on their lots, that they can park a vehicle off the street and, it can legally be there. So it just gives us another option as far as enforcement goes, where we can tell who's who, so.
Speaking of options, would you send out a text to these people if there is a snow event?
That's what Rob was
That's,
saying.
I thought, but I didn't hear it all.
Right, well, then apply for the permit, we'll have all the information, we can put them in our database system and just send it out.
And for a pop-up store, there's then, I'm assuming leeway then, for like the ticket rating since they have a permit? Or you say one pops up,
Right, if
but
you
they
didn't send out,
time?
right, if you didn't send out the notice, then I guess we wouldn't be, they wouldn't be ticketed.
All right, guess I'll make a motion to recommend this to council as well.
Motion by Olson,
Second.
second by Newman. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 6, adjournment.
Make that motion.
I'll
By
second.
Newman, second by Olson. We are adjourned.
Okay. We'll call the Public Works Committee to order. Please take the roll.
Alderperson Smith,
Here.
Alderperson Baker,
Here.
Alderperson Lehnow is excused. We do have a quorum.
Approval of the minutes from July 28th, 2025.
Move to approve those minutes.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any citizen comments? Discuss with possible action, monthly department, let's see here. Monthly Department Public Works report to the Public Works Committee.
Hello, everybody. For the DPW report, we have our normal brush pickup, which is second and last Monday of every month. We got our diggers hotline, which has been pretty busy. And I've been working with Jack pretty much every day with that one to try to get the swing of where all our city-owned power is and then storm sewers and where all that runs to. As you all know, from the last, rainstorm. Our lower dam broke down, one of our cables popped when they were trying to raise it. And we have a company coming in on Wednesday. They're gonna bring like a scuba diver or whatever they gotta do to get down there. And then hopefully either weld or bolt, however it's gonna go back on. And then that should be fixed by Wednesday, hopefully. And then other than that, they're out painting lines right now all throughout town. I know last year they got through the whole town with painting. And I think they're hoping to do the exact same this year. Right now they're on the white paint, so all like our crosswalks and stop lines and all that. And then right now we're working on getting all our trucks, our plow trucks and DOT for the year. Every year in the fall time, we go on a rotation where every plow truck goes in and gets DOT for the winter. And then our bucket truck is to follow in springtime. And then lastly, they have their weekly lawn mowing that they do usually on a Friday or a Thursday. And maintenance stuff within the shop, they're trying to do as much as they can. So that's what we got there.
I'd like to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Will you be painting the curbs as well?
Yellow is done already. So they're done with yellow.
Did they fix the broken curbs?
That would be a great question. I'm not sure if they did. I brought it
I
to
already know
their
the
attention.
answer.
I brought it to their attention, so I can only do so much right now.
Okay.
So,
Hint, hint.
yeah,
And did you do a brush pickup today?
there was a brush pickup today. If they didn't get, I think at around 1 o'clock, they were only halfway through town, so they probably didn't make it across the river yet. It's usually around this, usually the summer months, it takes 2.5 days to go through the whole route.
I had heard that our brush choppers broke.
Yeah, they got it up and running for today.
So they did, okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
It was running today, so hopefully she keeps going tomorrow, and then tomorrow they'll be done, hopefully. And we'll go from there,
How much more can you limp it by?
hopefully the rest of the year. Hopefully. Because we cut a tree down at wastewater on, I think it was last Thursday or Friday, and the whole antifreeze just came pouring out the bottom, and so it's on its last leg, to say the least. But that's all I got for that one.
Thank you, Jake.
All right, item 4B, monthly tag center report to the Public Works Committee. Is that you, John?
What do you mean? Oh, John.
All right, as we get to the end of summer, these are last week of our summer hours at the Tank Center. After Labor Day, we go into our winter hours, which all that means is that we're open both days and weekends, and we just have extended hours. Continuing to try and add programming, putting together a winter and fall guide. Some of the stuff that we have going on, women's softball just finished, men's softball has a few weeks left. We start co-ed league then. We picked up more teams this year, first time that we're gonna actually have 3 games for co-ed in a lot of years, so that's really good. We picked up more teams there. Youth flag football, we're just in, we finished up the sign up for that. Crazy numbers for that also. We have 50 kids signed up for that this year, which is probably double what we did last year. Doing a pickleball tournament in Audubon days. And then other than that, we're just partnering with a bunch of different new either Dodge County Health Department. We just made contact today with a certified health and wellness coach that wants to do some programming by us. And then other than that, we're just adding on more stuff with Back in Action to just do more programming out there. So it's kind of got a lot of new stuff going on out there. Maintenance at the Tank Center, we had a rooftop unit go down a week ago. The unit cools the bike room and the 24/7 entryway. A new motor was needed for that. That was installed. All is good to go. I'm not saying anything more because everything is functional and running good. So I don't say anything more than that or don't bite me. But no, everything's been going good.
I have a question. Is the flag, love flag football, is that is it men and girls?
Girls and
and
guys,
boys?
absolutely. Yep. So it's 1st and 2nd grade,
Yeah.
and then 3rd and 4th grade. So this is their option to play before they get started having football in 5th grade.
Okay, but it
And we
is,
partner with, we do with Horicon, Hughesford jumped in this year, and Iron Ridge was kind of a small little traveling. And every other one of those, I talked to all the other directors, they're having a problem getting 1 team for each, the littles and the bigs, we call them. And we're gonna have 3, maybe 4 teams for the bigs and 2 for the littles. So we almost got to run our own programming this year, but it's gonna be really good, it'll be good.
How's staffing at the Tank Center?
What's that?
How's the staffing?
At the Tank Center?
Yeah.
We had a couple, we had a building supervisor leave. We have a daytime lifeguard that ended up taking a different job in the city, so he's down in that, so we're trying to fill a few positions. Front desk too, just people is leaving because they're just part-time jobs and other responsibilities, so but we're filling them and making it work and like that, so hopefully within the next couple weeks, we should be back up to where we need to be at. Like I say, it's hard because everybody's just part-time up there, so.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Wait, is it also you for parks? It's Jake.
A Jake guy, yeah.
We gotta switch these around so they can just stay up.
I do need to move them.
Get your steps.
I know, I'm not
Alright, so for the parks report, we obviously have us cutting grass. We've been working on hedging all the bushes around town, so like around City Hall here, as well as the river edge down by the pavilion with Audubon Days coming up. So we're trying to prep ahead of time so we're not scrambling the week of. All the kids are still edging our city sidewalks. We're working on painting all the picnic tables throughout town right now. That's usually an end of the summer thing we always do. Still doing a few baseball fields, like you said. Women's is done, but men's is still going, and then co-ed in the fall here yet. I'm also in the process of measuring all our shelters, all the gables, where the trusses are, for putting siding on rather than the plywood or the wood we have on right now. And that'll come out of our roof shelter budget that we had budgeted for our roof maintenance for all our parks. We put all the shingles on, so we had extra money. We're gonna go that route to try to dress them up and be like a permanent thing rather than plywood or wood lasting 3 years at a crack. It'll last a lot longer. Let's see here. As well as the fascia for some of the buildings, so it matches the new siding, so we'll get all new fascia for that. Our red truck, the hydraulic tank had a crack in it, and that's been out for a little bit now, and that is in and getting worked on as of today. So hopefully by the end of, call it Wednesday, we'll have that back. So we'll have our dump truck back in operation. Also, one of our mules is at Knoll's Produce right now getting repaired on. It pops out of gear every once in a while, and I tried working on it, didn't get very far. I just sent it away to get fixed properly. Our 2025 tree order is in throughout the citizens, so I sent out some to all the people over by Jansen, all them streets over there, and we got positive feedback. We got quite a few trees over there for them, so that's a positive. Also going to be demoing a stump grinder for our Ventrac that we picked up this spring to try to, instead of waiting on Metalcraft, because they're trying to design a stump grinder right now for one of their pieces of equipment. We'll have one to demo and then potentially buy one to see how it works and just get rid of all our stumps. And instead of always contracting it out, we can do it in-house and save money that way. And then along Ziegler Trail, sorry. We got a lot of heat last time for cutting the trail back, which we do every year. So I just want to bring it to your attention that we will be cutting that again soon, just because the grass gets tall, it lays over, and the trail gets shrunk. And if it's raining, whatever, it gets shrunk, and then people are complaining that it's too close and they get wet. So we always trim it back twice a year. And just a heads up that we'll be doing it again probably this week or next week if you get a call or complaint about it. So other than that, that's what I have for the parks.
I have a question. I noticed on that tree list, there isn't any apple trees listed. Why won't they do apple?
I mean, I can ask for them. This is just what the company at Cedarburg, they'll send me a tree list every year in like March, and that's just what we've been running with. I can ask them to add them, because I know I had to add a few specific trees for some people that wanted them. I asked if they had them available. They did, so they put it on the list. So I could definitely add, or ask to add for next year.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else?
Thanks, Dick.
Wonderful.
But the red truck is getting fixed.
Yep.
That's good news.
Getting work done right now.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you. All right, item number 4D. Discuss with possible recommendation property damage claim of Jeff Trempanier, 105 North School Street.
Can we get a little history on this, or?
Jake, can you give us some history?
I'll give you. So this was a weed notice that is always something, and so I gave him a weed notice, and you get 5 days from when I send it out to cut it. If not, the city comes in and cuts it. I went there, started with the terrace, cut that, and then I went with a weed whacker to go around all the trees. Well, in a random spot, there happened to be 2 pumpkin plants next to his pine tree. I happened to cut them down, thought it was a weed, so I was weed whacking away, and this is where we are.
Now, when you say terrace, that means city property.
Well, terrace, the homeowner maintains their lawn for the terrace, or else we'd never be able to do anything in this town if we're cutting everybody's terrace. Terrace, the homeowner maintains.
Right. But just so the public knows, it's that like strip of grass.
Correct, between the sidewalk and the
Okay.
road, yeah. But I was cutting that, and then I weed whacked around a tree, and then I happened to hit a pumpkin plant, and then that's where that came from.
Are, in your opinion, are pumpkin plants and sweet corn allowed in?
Well, I think if you have
On the
a
lawn?
designated garden area, right, per our ordinance, we have a designated garden area you can have, but it was planted in the middle of the lawn, so kind of
I
hard to
think,
tell what's
in
what.
order to have, other than grass, you have to have a plan through the planning commission approved, right? Isn't that right?
That's correct.
So you didn't have, when you whacked whatever you whacked, you didn't have any reason to believe that it should be protected.
Correct.
Was the property owner there when you were
Oh,
whacking?
yeah. He was there.
Okay, he didn't point it out to you and say,
I was already gone by that point, but he didn't point that out while I was there, no.
no, okay, all right, well, thanks, Jake.
Yep,
Did he file a damage or claim?
I believe he came down to the city and did, or he just sent an email out to us, one of the two.
He sent an email with the pictures that are.
Yeah.
Right, well, if he didn't do a damage or claim, what's the sense of me?
How much was it for?
$1,500.
150.
He was asking for $150.
For product loss, his time, and then something else.
Potential produce
Yeah.
produced.
Okay, can we even address this, clerk, without a written complaint?
There is, I mean, it's a email.
It's an email. You know, and like we had spoken about in ordinance, there's an allowance for a natural lawn. You know, we never came and applied for that, and even that wouldn't cover the pumpkins. It has to do with more varieties for pollinators.
Like wildflowers and stuff.
Correct. And it has to be approved by plan commission. You know, and since this incident, I am working on putting together a application for natural lawn in case anyone is interested, but it would not apply to pumpkins.
Right, the point I was trying to get at was, we have a procedure for applying for damage and compensation, and we don't need to do anything other than an email.
To my knowledge, we do not have an existing form on file that someone would have to fill out to do so.
Okay, he didn't go to the police department and file a claim, didn't come to our insurance company? Okay. So, anybody else want to comment on 4D? Whether you're on the committee or not?
Well, I would think that if he wants to file a claim with his, with his lawyer or insurance company, then he should do that with our city.
All right, so I would say we have two choices. We can deny this or we can table it. I hate tabling things because that's what we normally do with everything. I would say, I would make a motion to deny the claim.
I'll second that motion.
Motion been made and seconded. Please take the roll.
Alderperson Smith,
Aye.
Alderperson Baker.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. Item number 5.
Move to adjourn.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's a big deal. The power, yeah, we got power. Are you next or wait on it?
We are next on to finance. You want it?
That's,
Don't-
Sorry, guys.
oh,
Wasting paper today. Oh,
Is this a revised?
Revised.
fine.
Revised. Revised. Not that you really care. It's a little revised down there.
Oh, no, yeah.
Not that you care.
Thank you.
Gonna go to the revised. No, sorry about that.
Isn't that the same?
After vacation, it's a little different here, that's all.
Oh.
Everything's so fun.
You can go ahead and call to order, Ken.
Call to order the City of Mayville Finance Committee meeting August 25th, 2025 at 6:29. Can you take the roll
Alderperson Newman,
here?
Alderperson Henkel. Here. Alderperson Smith.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. Call number 2, approval of minutes. 2A, approval of minutes of July 28th, 2025.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
Motion by Smith, second by Molly. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Number 3, citizens' comments. Citizens' comments at all for the Finance Committee? Seeing none, I'll move on to 4, discuss the possible action. 4A, the proposed 2026 through 2030 5-year capital improvement plan for the City of Mayville. Comments, questions?
It's a little bit different than when we talked about at our meeting with department heads. See, the chipper's got a $50,000 grant.
No, that's $50,000 that would be coming. I got the note on there. That's
for
from the
PMP.
PMP, from the DPW. So it's other,
Grant other, yeah.
Okay.
Where was that on?
that was under DPW Parks, the chipper, the 50,000, so it'd be 20,000 levy, 50,000, that's coming from his budget, the DPW budget.
And then we were going to levy 20,000 for the chipper.
That's what I put there, unless you wanted to move 20,000 out of the building maintenance, the debt portion, and then we could put that for the chipper if we didn't want to levy it. And reduce the building maintenance by that 20,000 to 57.
Oh, I take the 15,000 for the parking lot of the fire station, put that towards the chipper. And then the fire station is gonna get their new furnace. So at least 5,000 short, and then 30,000 for the assessments. I didn't know we were gonna do that this year. I thought we were going to put that off a year.
For the streets?
No, for the 30,000 for
For the
the
reassessment?
city assessments. Yeah, reassessments.
Okay, I can take that off.
We'll take 5,000, put it towards the chipper, so we break even there, and then we got $25,000 that we could, you know, potentially do with a parking lot if we need to or something else. I thought we took the firearms off there
We moved down to,
next year. And the carpet.
oh, yeah, the firearms I put on for 2027. You want to leave it? Oh, let me look at my working budget here.
Yeah, we moved the firearms over to 27 to 10,000.
I think we put that on CIP.
And we also put the carpet on there for 10,000.
Give me a second here. I'm looking at my thing.
Ken, didn't you work on this with department heads?
Yeah, a little bit.
I haven't done this.
Are you following what he's saying?
Okay, he's right. If
Right.
we moved things
Yeah.
over, and I know I had it moved over.
I don't have my notes from that Friday.
This is really odd, because I had it moved over. I just didn't relook at it after I fixed it. So I don't know if this is something that I just can make the changes again right now.
All right.
Um,
Well, the 20,000 for the chipper, move that over to the debt. That's already borrowed.
That is so weird. Where are you getting another 5,000?
15 from the fire station parking lot,
Yeah,
and then 25,000 from the city reassessment.
that wasn't that, the city reassessment.
Oh, it wasn't.
That was levy.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
nothing.
I guess take the 5,000 from the building maintenance.
Okay, and then, of course, the firearms are being moved.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, Ken, that's just that
No, that's
we don't know
fine.
what they're talking.
No, I
that's
don't
it.
know,
That's told, no, Rob's talking the right way, where it should be, and it's
Right.
on here, but it's incorrect.
right,
And I don't have my notes from Friday when we sat
Oh,
down,
okay,
because we obviously changed it.
because it was clear as mud, and I thought you'd clean it up.
We're right on.
no, it's right, I don't know how this happened, so my apologies.
And I'm looking at updated.
Yeah, I have it in 2027, because that's where we moved it, but it's also in 2026.
And all the,
Yes, this is gonna,
and all the road stuff, then you guys redid the numbers of the roads, everything looks good on the roads.
Weren't we gonna practice something so that some of the pavement comes next year, starts this year and comes next year, something like that?
Yes, we talked about that. There was $69,000 we could carry over to 27. Always, the rest of it has to be paid for next year.
Right.
That's even if we wait a year for the finished product.
Is that something you guys decided on, or are you just still thinking about that?
We have it under debt 2027, that portion of the road.
Right.
Okay,
But we can't do it on Muzzy Street because we have the LRIP grant, so we have to have that project completed in 2026. We can't wait till 2027 to complete the project, to be reimbursed, because that grant was for this year and next year, so we're at the end of our life.
It has to be completed by that time.
Yeah.
For us to get the money. Funding.
And then in the debt portion that I brought forward, we did borrow from Muzzy, and then I contributed, I don't have my numbers, but also in the debt, we carried forward the debt from this year into that. And also, what else is the 53 from? That 3,000 was from the leftover. We had borrowed 20,000 for air conditioning, 17,000 we used towards the lawnmower. And then that left 3,000 for debt that we put towards Grove Street.
okay. I can go get my notes from it, I don't,
Well, question I had is last year we levied $130,000 for roads. And this year we're gonna be $187,000 for roads.
Good.
Well, it's 46 and the 45. We have Oak Street on there, that wasn't we don't have to do Oak Street, but we thought we'd bid it out as an alternate. If the bids come in low enough and we don't have to use levy, then we would do the project.
All right, so we're putting it on here just so we can show it, and if we can't get the extra, if the bids don't come down in our favor, then we just won't do it.
right.
So we're actually only levying 91,000 towards roads. Last year, we levied 130,000 towards our capital projects.
Or we could still levy, I'm thinking we should still levy the same $130,000 for roads, and we'll see where we come in at the end of the day with our bids. That way we actually won't be,
I'll even that out for 130, then I'll just put the additional in with Oak Street.
that way we won't have to worry about it in 27 or 20, 29 going forward. We know how much we're gonna be putting towards roads.
I don't think 4A is ready for prime time, the way you guys are talking here. I mean, it sounds like you got a lot of stuff up in the air.
No, it seems like, I mean, most of it, she's correct now, right? But we've discussed this in depth on that Friday, and pretty much for a couple of mistakes there, I think it's ready to go.
So we're not gonna miss out, on borrowing anything, because I know we had a shortfall,
Right,
so.
I think that's gonna be made up.
All right, you comfortable with
And some of this is up in the air. We don't know how much we're carrying over yet from this year's projects. So I just put an earmark in there at 100,000. It might be a little more, and then we have less levy that we have to use.
We're just waiting on the striping to be done, it's supposed to be done on Tuesday.
Right.
So then we'll know what the final number's at.
Less to borrow.
I just asked a question, if the people responsible for this work, are you comfortable with recommending it the way it is right now?
Me?
You and the mayor and,
No, I
Yeah,
think.
I am. I don't know what
I think we're
happened
ready.
with that mistake, so I'm sorry, you guys. I
The
don't.
fire department's gonna get their furnace that they wanted because it's used up its life, right? We talked about the squad car, we're getting a new squad car for 67 on a rotational basis. The street projects on the debt is where we already figured we borrowed for. The Skagmore is gonna get that for that 17,000. That's it. And everything else is, we've taken out the levy stuff, so we're not gonna add that towards the levy except for the roads. So I think we're good.
What is the amount, again, that you have to get more than one bid? Was it 25,000?
Any capital project, you really should be getting bids.
Yeah. 25,000.
well, if you're comfortable with this,
I am now.
Yeah.
well, you're not a voting member, you're just the mayor to recommend it.
You're a guest.
So Ken, are you
I'm
comfortable
as-
enough to
as-
recommend
As we
this?
renegotiated right here, between everything, yes, I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, then I'll make a motion to recommend the proposed 5-year capital plan with the changes that were outlined by the city administrator and the mayor. Got that?
I do.
He's mad at me, so he left.
Molly, was that a second?
I'll second
Second by Molly. All in favor? Aye.
it.
Any opposed? Thank you, Mr. Smith.
You're welcome.
Discuss the possible recommendation bids for the 2025 River Knoll Drive Street and Utility Extension.
History.
I think in your packet tonight is just a bid tabulation for the project. At this point, there's not a recommendation letter. I had reached out to the low bidder to ask for a couple references. They didn't get back to me until this morning. So I just got the references this afternoon. So what we'd like to do is table this until your council meeting. That way I got a chance to call. The questions I had was the construction of the storm pond, just their experience with that, and then the lot grading that's supposed to go on out there. So I'll
Okay.
call those
Will
people.
that
and-
work to recommend it, or should we recommend it with reservation, or will it work to table it?
I would suggest you have a special finance committee meeting right before the
Okay,
council
that's,
meeting.
we,
And then you can do your
You can't just-
recommendation at that time.
you can't not have
Right.
a recommendation. So I would make a motion to table it to a special finance committee meeting to happen before the council meeting. You got that?
I do.
I do. I second that with the table. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? For 5, adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Rob Smith, I'll second that. We are adjourned. 6:43.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh,
All in favor? Yeah.
Okay.
Did I sum off the bottom there?
Man's attention. Call to order the Personnel Committee meeting Monday, August 25th, 2025 at 6:43. Please take the roll. Alderperson Henkel. Here. Alderperson Olson. Here. Alderperson Leeknow is excused. Okay. Approval of the minutes of the June 23rd, 2025 Personnel Committee meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the June 23rd meeting.
I will second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any citizens' comments for personnel?
None. Discuss with possible action, discuss with possible recommendation, the job description for the Department of Public Works working foreman position.
I have included in your packet the job description for the new position that was created for your recommendation. This will be, after it's approved by council, it'll be posted internally for any city employee that meets the requirements to apply for this position, unless you have any changes that you would like done.
I didn't notice anything that needs to be changed. Anybody else?
I didn't either.
Okay.
So then you can just recommend it to council, so.
I'll make that motion to recommend this to council.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 4B, discuss with possible recommendation, the creation of a weekend incentive pay.
This discussion stems from the police administrative assistant that would like to be compensated when she works on weekends, and sometimes she isn't meeting that 40 hours worked requirement to have overtime. So we're recommending, I've talked to the police chief, recommending a weekend incentive that would be paid whether she works on a Saturday or a Sunday, and it'll be a flat rate. And we would and correct me if I'm wrong, chief, we're suggesting $40 for each day that would be paid, unless there's.
For each day or each hour?
Each day. So if she's paid, because she meets that 40 hours worked, and she's paid overtime, she would get her overtime paid plus the $40. On Sunday, she will now be paid the double time as per our employee handbook and get the $40 weekend incentive.
How often does that happen?
Not very often. No. And I did have a discussion with the city administrator today, and it was a good discussion, and I think we got some of it taken care of. I do have some concerns though. I did talk to the labor attorney at 5:30 today, and there were some things that we discussed that I'm concerned about with the way that this whole process has gone. So I'm asking that it be tabled, we can talk with it next month.
And that's something I thought I suggested, we need to talk to the labor attorney. I don't know why you did it behind my back.
I didn't do behind your back. I called and talked to him myself.
No, you were in my office. I said, let's give Attorney Carroll a call.
When I was in your office, we talked about certain things as far as the hourly pay and things that we could do for the weekends as far as hours, and that would be something that we would have to talk to the attorney about. What I talked to the attorney about today specifically was what was said as in general as far as what the rules are for what can work, what the minimum standard is, and what can be allowed. And I think that I've been misled by the city administrator on this situation. And
I'm sorry, but I don't mean to mislead anybody. I'm working for all
I was
the.
misled on 2 different occasions. I can tell you the exact dates and times and place. And after talking to the attorney today, I have some serious concerns about how this whole situation has gone. I think I've been misled about what the attorney has said and what the rules are as far as what her overtime is. And I also believe I've been misled with what the mayor's position on this from the city attorney or from the city administrator after talking to the mayor as well. So I think this should be tabled because I have some concerns.
Okay, just one more question before I table this. If it's a vacation day, is that considered working hours or not?
Well, that's what the question is. And in the past, how it's been paid out since she started working here is any time, and again, started working here 25 years ago.
I hope you shouldn't refer to a specific employee to her position. You should be talking about position only. That's your administrative assistant position.
Right. My administrative assistant's position, when that individual started here, that's how she was paid. And it was overtime after her shift. And that's what's in our employee handbook, the wording as it is. And the labor attorney reads that language as it is, that's how she should be paid currently, unless we change that. Fair enough. And I think we need to have some more specific discussions as far as her position and what it means, and the fact that it's specialized, and that it should be different than everybody else. And on 2 occasions, I met with the city administrator, both today and a different day where she came to my office, and I feel like I've been misled. And
I find this very interesting, since I wanted the labor attorney here to present this. And the mayor told me he didn't want to spend any more money on this. And the
I don't
case
have any
was
knowledge of that, I'm just telling you what my position is on it. So I'm saying that I think that we should table this, and I think we got a lot to talk about.
Now, one thing I want to make clear to the public, the police are union, correct? Except for salary.
Yes, and that's something that should be clarified, so
Okay,
our patrol
That
officers,
position is not union, what we're talking about.
I know, but
again,
It's not salary.
it is a unique situation.
So our patrol officers, the 6th patrol and the detective are union positions. They have a contract. They're not affected by this. I have 1 employee at my department that is full-time hourly. And that administrative assistant is the one that's affected by this. And the concerns I have is 1, it's a status quo thing. 2, I've never sat down and discussed with anybody in this room, come over and say what her specific job duties are, what her specific job requirements are, what the purpose of those requirements are, and why I feel like that's what this should be, why she should be paid the way that she should. This has been going on for 4 months. And it was on the agenda, it was going to get put and passed on to the next agenda, then all of a sudden it's off the agenda. And now we have a weekend pay incentive, which I think is great. I think that's for employees, and I think that that's definitely nice and something that we should do. But then to take that and now we're gonna say, okay, in lieu of the paying her, paying someone 40 hours or overtime after their shift, and after 40, we'll offer this. I don't think that is what we discussed or what the purpose of it was. On top of that, the information that I was given, what the city labor attorney's opinion was on things, and what the mayor's opinion was on things, I've been misled. So I think we need to sit down and talk about it at different times.
At this time, I'm gonna make a motion to table this.
I'll second it.
I would like to make a comment if I could in
Yes,
the middle.
you can.
I think any further discussion on this should happen in closed session.
I think you need your attorney here.
I don't have an attorney.
The city does. The city needs to have their attorney here.
Which one?
The labor attorney.
Okay.
We've been waiting for clarification on this.
Right, and I wanted labor attorney to tell me, he was told he couldn't.
Oh, why is that?
We told, months ago, we were looking for clarification on the verbiage in the
That's
handbook.
correct. I have it all ready to go.
So the labor attorney already gave clarification to me and the administrator.
Yes, he did.
He said that we'd have to pay her from the current employee handbook. So the current employee handbook says that she gets paid. Now, if he said also, if you want to change it going forward, you got to change the employee handbook. So is that what we're doing with this incentive pay?
I think she should be paid as it's written. It's written for a reason.
Right.
But you need that clarification coming from an attorney. You need to have your attorney here.
So can we get Attorney Carroll to Zoom or phone call?
Yes, he
Okay,
was willing to.
I
Yes.
spoke to him today, he said he'll come and speak with any of us anytime to clarify.
okay.
And
Okay,
I want it to be clear too. He said today that he explained the same thing to me, the way that he explained it to the mayor and the way that he explained it to the city administrator. He says he has an ethical obligation to explain it those ways. And the way he explained it to me today is not how it was explained to me by our administrator.
All right, so it sounds like it's kind of important that all 3 of you are in a conversation together with Attorney Carroll.
no, he's gonna come to your next meeting. He will come to
Okay,
the
we
meeting.
can do
He
that.
needs to explain it to the common council.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'll make that motion to table this with Attorney Carroll being present for the next meeting.
I have to bring something up. Okay, what makes that position different from Shelley's position, Jake's position, John's position?
Your labor attorney will explain that. There is no difference.
Okay, so where did we fall off the wagon? Why isn't she getting the same thing they would get?
Because it was something that it happened over the years. And so now it's hard to correct it.
I'm confused.
I can explain it if you'd like me to.
Please.
Okay. So.
No, I
that position-
think an attorney needs to be explaining this. I really do. I mean, it's a he said, she said game.
All I want to know is the difference between that position and Jake Shelfeffer's.
Okay, so Jake Shelfeffer's salary
Okay,
and the position we're speaking of is a hourly position.
okay,
Okay, is $25 some an hour. And what the question is, what's contended here is that in the past, up till today, that position, if they work over 8 hours or outside of their normal shift for the day, those hours outside of that would get paid overtime. The minimum standard, what all employers have to pay for overtime, if you work, is overtime after 40 hours. That's the minimum standard. Outside of that, if an employer wants to give a better incentive or, a better incentive than that, you can pay them after 8 hours. Or you can do it however you want, as long as it's better than paying after 40 hours. That's the way that position has always been paid. And what the problem is what's happening is that person working that position takes a day of vacation or is required to take a holiday. And that person gets called in on a Tuesday and ends up having to work 12 hours that day. Then if we go by the overtime after 40, then they wouldn't get overtime that day. They would have to take back that time they would get for that holiday, which they're required to take for that day. That's all we're talking about here.
okay, but
And what makes that position different is just the skill and knowledge it takes to have that person come in and do it, the time and the past practice. That's the way she's always been paid. So that's why I argue it. What I guess is as hard as I do is because I believe that position warrants that pay, and I think it's appropriate. On top of that, it's defined as a step 2 in our employee handbook, but that's what the police administrative assistant dispatcher is at a level 2. That position is defined differently than any other hourly employee that way. So I think because of that definition, her time and tenure, and just what that position is in itself.
Experience.
She should be paid after 8 hours. I think that's appropriate. And I've been misled to the point where it's explained where that's not lawful, that person can't be paid that way because it has to be after 40. And that's not the case. I clarified that with the attorney today.
So if one employee is paid anytime after 8, then all employees have to be paid that way for over 8.
That is not true. Absolutely not.
How can you segregate one employee differently?
You can literally label one employee that is this level of training versus this level of training. You can define that however you want in that hierarchy. That absolutely can be done. That was explained to me perfectly clear today. That can be done. And what bothers me the most about this is why I'm so outspoken about this is because that's where this employee has always been. Now we're taking it away. And the way that we're taking it away is we're just looking at a timesheet one day and deciding, no, we're not doing that anymore. Too bad. And that's not appropriate. Not for someone who's been here that long. And then when I do have a concern or bring it up, and I come over here to talk with the city attorney or city administrator, then I get, well, we'll look at some things. And literally the very next day, I hear about her talking derogatory about me to other elected officials. That's how this started. That was day 1. That was 4 months ago. The number of times I've talked to the city administrator about this to date is 3 times. I'm in my office every day. And the last time was at 11 o'clock this morning. What do you want? What should we do for this weekend? That's not gonna fly.
All right, so everybody's clear, kind of explain the level 1 and the level 2, how that, what is the level 1?
As far as, okay, so in our employee handbook, it has certain classification of employee for pay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the top, I think, is the city administrator and myself for 5. 1 is, I think, our deputy clerk, and, you know, so it's a classification of pay and level of, you know, where that employee fits in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want just for the public to know how,
Yeah.
so I can put the puzzle piece together and figure it out.
Right.
And does it go by years of service also?
That specific area does not, no,
Okay,
it does not. Does not go by years of service. That just goes by basically the complexity of the job. Utilities director, DPW director, I think are at 4. Don't quote me on this, I don't have it in front of me. But that's how it works.
okay.
And I budget for this, the money's in the budget, that's the way we've always paid it. It's a simple, I feel like we're wasting our time on this. And on top of that, the biggest travesty of this whole situation is now I have a tenured employee who's been here decades, who said for the last 4 months, feeling scrutinized, with 0 communication. And then when I do come in good faith today and say, all right, let's settle this, I talked to because it just didn't sit well with me. I talked with the labor attorney myself, who calls me, who's on vacation, and explains to me clearly, and I've been being misled. And I don't know what the reason for it is, but my patience with this is done. So that's what I have to say. Judy Bauer is worth more than that, and I'm gonna say her name because she was here.
Again, I'm making that motion.
To table.
To table this with the, Attorney Carroll present, whether it be
The only way
telephone,
it's gonna be
Zoom, or
settled.
person, so that he can explain it to all of us.
I'll second it. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, discuss with possible recommendation the adoption of a complaint policy for the members of the public and city employees.
This is what came forward from Attorney Carroll, from the recommendation in closed session, that we should have written complaints, or complaints in writing. This is his draft.
All right, so again, this is another thing that Attorney Carroll should be present and explain.
Well, I object to that. Attorney Carroll's only a labor attorney. Our city attorney sent an email stating his case on what he thinks of this. And I think there's some state statute to address this as well.
Okay, so if Attorney Carroll cannot speak on behalf of this,
Well, he can, but he's just a labor attorney. He doesn't know state statutes or different laws like this municipal attorney.
what about our city attorney? Is he knowledgeable about this?
He's already given you an
Yeah,
email
I-
stating his opinion.
So Attorney Carroll is the one that's redrafting the employee handbook. I don't know how he can't be an expert on drafting a complaint policy.
Well, I'll tell you how, he doesn't know state statutes. Well, it wouldn't matter if the council would even want to adopt this. I mean, it's pretty clear that, you know, if the council wants to draft legislation, they can draft legislation. But then it goes to the executive branch of government to make sure whatever the council wants happens. It doesn't go back to legislation branch to enforcement. That's not how government works. So,
But we do need a policy for complaints.
Right now, the way the policy is, I have my way I like to do it, but that doesn't mean that's one that puts in the handbook. So to make everybody knowledgeable, what are the steps as they are today? What is the first step?
The mayor receives a complaint and
Yeah, I
does
receive
the
a
discipline.
I see a complaint and I investigate it and see what's going on and make the determination.
Would it help if once you got it, it came to personnel? So that there's a couple different heads looking at it?
That's not really personnel's issue. It's an executive issue.
Okay.
I mean, I just got a complaint today, or something kind of weird, and there's a lot of complaints that I get that particularly I just deal with them, and they don't really have to go anywhere. But that's from the general public, mostly.
Remain internal instead of the whole world knowing what's going on, which I agree.
Right.
So if you get can I speak here?
Yes.
It seems to be the only one who speaks, maybe I'll forget the attorneys. Which reminds me, I remember what Mark Twain said, I don't want to belong to any group that would have me. Anyway, so I guess I'm stuck here. So right now, Mayor, if somebody complains about an employee, you have it investigated. Does the employee or the subject of the complaint, do they get a chance to speak about it when you investigate it?
Yes.
Okay. If there's a complaint by one employee against another employee, you handle that also? Do you mediate? Do you ever mediate these things?
Once in a while.
Okay. And does it ever go to the police department?
Yes.
Yes. So we want to alter that policy with these two things that are proposed here, these drafts, right?
Yes.
And you don't agree with that?
I think that if you want to make a policy, then make a policy, but once it gets to the executive branch, that's where it's gonna stop, because it's for statutory requirements under the mayor and his mayor's duties that all employees have to discharge their office to the mayor. That goes way beyond just, resigning and handing in some paperwork.
Okay, well, thanks for that. I think we've handled, like, as you know, I've been around here 25 years. We've had complaints before. We've had different administrations. We've had situations that have come up. We've had everything possible happen. We've appeared in every newspaper in the county. We've been accused of taking money and losing money and taking stuff home. We seem to have made it this far without what I would characterize as rat forms. So these are ways to rat somebody out or ways to complain about somebody. I'm not a big fan of these. These are personality driven. They cause problems. I don't see any reason to change the way we've handled it for the last 25 years unless we haven't gotten twice as big. We do have, it seems like the administrative duties are being shared by two different offices, a city administrator and a mayor, or they're being looked at by both. I personally think I agree with, and I don't often, but I agree with our city attorney that this is a way to invite all kinds of litigation and all kinds of situations that we would be hung with for years, but that's just my opinion. But I am one of 6, or 5.5.
It's also gonna cost a fortune to.
Right. Anyway, that's just my opinion, but I'm not on the committee. You guys can.
I appreciate your opinion, because I really don't know what to do at this time without more information from somebody like an attorney who knows this. So at this time,
You already made the motion, did you? Did
That was
somebody
the
already
last
make the
one.
motion?
That was the last one.
Okay,
I didn't hear any motion, did I miss a motion? I didn't think so. All
sorry.
right, so at this time, I will make a motion that I would like to table this as well. I would like more information.
What information do you want?
I would like somebody who is an expertise at this as a lawyer.
Which one?
Outside party,
Pardon me?
an outside party. I mean, it can be our lawyer, but I don't want to hear anybody here.
Which lawyer do you want?
Oh. What,
Is Patrick Madden, is this his expertise? He's doing our handbook, correct? Or no, Carol is.
You put the memo in your email,
I know.
so if you want us to talk to him,
Sometimes I talk about things I already know, so the public can hear
right,
I would say that the two attorneys, I don't know which one has jurisdiction, but the two attorneys seem to be at odds with each other on this. Is that right? Is that fair to say?
I would say yes, because you got a labor attorney that deals with labor issues, and you got a city attorney that deals with municipal issues.
Well, that's why we're here, well, not now, but we will be here when we meet as a council to make these hard decisions. So I guess if you want, I don't know, you should table it rather than recommend it subject to more information. I mean, recommend it like we did with the other things to a council meeting where you can have a bunch of people standing up and speaking. I'm uncomfortable with this whole idea, tell you that.
it. It is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
very uncomfortable.
I don't see,
I would like to table this because I would like more information. Because I am uncomfortable about this. And that's my motion.
I'm gonna second it because I'm gonna do some digging.
Okay.
Okay, so it's motion to table, pending additional research.
Research, yep.
Well, you want the attorney here next meeting?
Was that part of your motion, Kim? Did you want the attorney here next meeting?
I sure would like that.
Which attorney, your municipal attorney or labor attorney?
Well, they're both gonna be here then, which would be kind of nice.
Would be.
Okay, so then we'd need to add Attorney Madden to the mix because we will have Attorney Carroll here for item 4B, the incentive pay. Does that work? Motion to table pending additional research with Attorney Madden present at next meeting?
Yes, that
Okay.
sounds good. Thank you.
And we're seconding?
Yep.
Okay.
And now I would love to make a motion to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Thank you.
Now I would like to adjourn.
At 7:13, I mean.
7:12.
Let me stop this and get.
you gotta make the motion and take a vote.
Yeah.
Or by order of the chair.
Or by order of the chair.
Okay, you forward it?